Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, I did come back to the model table last night. I actually spent quite a bit of time here, but I didn't do very much videoing. We just have a tiny little rollback. Now, I'm realizing this morning that I seem to be missing two of these. I looked on the floor. I don't know. I looked all over the model table. I'm sure I didn't drop anything, but somehow I have misplaced two, unless I've counted wrong here. And it's probably we've got more than we need anyway. Now, another thing, when I turned in last night, I was checking my manual and I was sort of patting myself on the back, thinking that I had got everything for step 11 and 12. And I'm realizing now that I've got to get 4 pieces of photo etch. Ladders that have to go on these, and then a couple of pieces of photo etch. It looks like they have to go somehow right here. I guess when we see them we'll be able to figure it out, because it's not real clear on the manual exactly where they're supposed to go. Okay, let's quickly roll back, get that over with, and see how it is we got to this place. I've been at this for quite a while this evening, getting all these pieces. As near as I can tell, I've got everything I need for the steps 11 and 12. Now, these little ammo boxes, we've actually going to have more of them than we're going to need. But I was noticing that further on, I was wondering why there was so many. But further on, we do actually need them. So I thought may as well get them all nipped off and painted, and even though there's probably, we're only probably going to use maybe, I'm guessing 50-60% of them. But you know, sort of a mass production type thing. I wouldn't say we're getting behind in this build, because you know there's no deadline to it. There's no big rush or anything. It's not like it has to be built by spring or something like that, although it'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, if I could keep at it, I think maybe 4 or 5 months we should be able to have it finished, all being well. You know, just take it one step at a time, and that's what we're basically doing. We're just sort of methodically going through the manual, and I realize that may not be the most professional way to do it, because a person can easily build themselves into a box. Anyway, there's a lot of these. I believe there are 76 of these ammo boxes. They're all the same size, all the same part number. Don't ask me what the part number is, because I forgot. I think it's M something. M2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Well, what time we got here? 8:46 already. I will see you in the morning. I'm just going to keep going and quit as soon as I get these all loaded onto the sticky tape. It's pretty hard to see right there because the tape is white and this cardboard is white, but the piece of tape is white all the way along. Okay, see you in the morning. Well, it is morning, and I am noticing that one of these is sort of slumped over, and they just stuck on the double-sided tape there. And I was thinking that maybe this is not the best thing to mount these on. I should be using, one of Chris's alligator clips here to just grab onto the positioning pin. I think it'll hold a lot better. Yeah, that should be a lot better. Okay, I'm just going to change that, and then I can just hold these by hand and spray them. Okay. All right. Now these two pieces here, the J21 and J22, these are actually gun tubs. I do believe that there's going to be a gun mount in those, and they go right here and here. However, I don't want to paint them the 66 like I'm going to be painting everything else here, because I want them to match the splinter rails, and so on that we've got for the rest of the ship. So I got to remember, don't get too exuberant here and paint everything. And here's two more gun tubs. These actually go on the stern. We'll be putting these on when we get to step 12. They'll probably be one of the last things we put on because they're at the far end. So they also will have to be painted. What is it? The 19? I forgot already. Anyway, the light gray. Yeah, we're using 3 different types of gray here again. This is the darkest right here. Okay, let's get our photo etch pieces here. Okay, we need ladder number C44 here, and then this is that part. It looks like it's supposed to be some sort of a grate that goes at the beginning of the anchor chain hawse pipe, number 48 here, and we need 2 of each. Okay, number 44 here. Now we haven't had to get any photo etch for a while. I hope I haven't lost my touch. Okay, I think the easiest way to get the other ones is turn this around. And number 44, here we go. Okay, now where's my little tin? All right, 48. Let me just turn it like this. Get these 2 first. Try and get as close as we can to the part that we need. Okay. I know that's not a perfect 90-degree angle, but it's at a good angle for me. And the tin. Okay, I hope this is going to be steady enough now that I can work on it here. Now, I am wondering, would it be maybe a better idea to put this ladder on after this part is mounted on the deck? I suppose if the ladder is catching on the bottom of the deck and having a tendency to bend, maybe I should use the other end here. It won't stick to it. Oh, I see what's happening. We are getting over the center of gravity there, aren't we? Well, maybe what I'm going to have to do is, what am I going to do? I got to hold this down and put a little bit of CA extra thin right about there. Maybe what I should do is put the CA Maybe I should use some medium because it won't set up quite so quick. Or how would it be? Would I be able to use the tweezers here? Let's just try this. Would I be able to put a little drop of CA there and then just sort of drop this in place? You know what I'm talking about? I'll put the macro lens on and you can watch me mess this up really close. Okay, now before that cures, let's get this on there straight. Should I poke at it? No, it's kind of straight. The bottom here should be maybe a little bit more this way, but it's not bad. Now, here's what I've been thinking. After I spray this whole thing with the number 19 light gray, I'm wondering if I was to use very delicately some black panaline accent color to accent these rungs. I'm just wondering if that would work. Now, I was wondering why it was that my applicator didn't seem to be working too good, and then I realized that I had it stuck in the wrong way in my pin vise. Yeah, the end that was supposed to be out, that you see right now, it was stuck in the jaws. Well, we got it. Okay, now I am noticing that there is an up and a down to these. If you will notice, the grating appears to be placed on top of the frame, if you want to call it a frame. So I think that what is supposed to happen is that the grating is supposed to be slightly raised above the surface of the deck. So in other words, I realize that this thing is way too big. I don't need it this big. This is the one that those davits or whatever they was mounted on. So let's just see if we can't. Maybe I could use the wax pencil here. I don't think it really matters which way it goes. Is that the way I want it? Yeah, I want it so that the grate is up. So I'm going to turn this one over. Like, whoop, that wasn't over. Like that. Okay, now I'll put this one over here. I could probably have them both together, and then I don't need to waste so much paint. Yeah, that should be all right. And I don't think we need to really, stick them down hard. Otherwise, I'll end up bending them when I try to get them off. Okay, you might say reworked our block there. Got rid of the excess tape and got them centered on the rotation block. Well, we are ready to clean everything up here and drag our spray booth over and get our plastic down. And we got probably a couple of hours yet. And I should be able to get a little bit of spraying done in that time. At least one color. Yeah, maybe we'll... I am going to do a color change. Because you remember, these are going to be the 19. And so are these. And everything else is going to be the darker. What about the davits? I think they could also be the darker, because they're pretty small. We want them to sort of stand out. Okay, yeah, everything that is really small or fine and delicate, I want to do the number. Oh, hold on a second here. We got the catapults to do. I wonder, should they be the lighter gray or the medium gray? Well, I'll think about it. So I'm thinking to myself, now I'm ready to go. All I have to do is pull over the spray booth. Yep. And then I realized, no, the anchors were, the anchors, they're part of this step here. So, yeah, I had to get these, I think this shank part or whatever you call it, glued in place here. Now, I am not going to try and glue the shackle part on. I'm going to wait until after everything's in place, and I decide how am I going to fasten the anchor chain onto the shackle, and then I'll try and very carefully paint these the number 66. And things like our crane here, I went to grab it. It's been sitting over on the clock for what, 2 months, and it's got some extremely delicate photo etch that would be very easy to bend. And now the crane and the catapults, I'm going to do the number 66 as well. And the anchor's the 66, so they'll contrast against the side of the hull, because they're going to be hanging down the side, right? And I think they'll show up a little better. Now, these things right here, I think what I'm going to do with them is paint them also the dark gray, the 66, and the reason being is, pardon me, the light gray, the 19, and the reason being is they're going to be sitting on top of that really dark gray, and I want the detail of this grading to be able to to sort of stand out. As long as I don't get too heavy with when I'm spraying them, I shouldn't fill in these little, what you might call them, pores. You're probably too far back to see that, but when we spray them, you'll be in close enough. But we are, what do we got here? I'm starting to get to the place where I'm thinking maybe I'll leave the spraying until tomorrow. I do honestly believe now there is nothing left to prepare for the painting that has to go on steps 11 and 12. I really do think there is nothing. Well, I've said that how many times? Okay. Well, here's the plan. And it's taken me a lot longer to set up than I thought it would. How many times haven't I said that? I'm getting slower. Okay. I am actually ready to go. The paint's all shook up. We're going to do the 19 first. There's only 6 pieces. 2 little photo etch, these 2, and these 2. And the idea is, just let me show you here. Now, when I zoom in, I should be focused right in this area right here. So that's the plan. So if I can remember to hold this, whatever it is I'm doing, about 2 inches below this red thing here, it should be in the field of view. Okay, now when I go to do the smaller ones, like these ones, I will put the macro lens on and reposition. And they're the ones that I want to see if I can do very, very delicately. And I will put it on the rotator and have it, turning around. And then we'll just, what I'm going to go by is when the green tape is covered, and then I know that the rest will be too. Okay. However, what has it got there, about 12 minutes to 1? I haven't done any editing yet since first thing this morning. And since the opening scene, I really don't know what I've got here, time-wise and all the rest of it. I apologize, folks. I know this is the second day now in a row when I've said, today we're going to paint, and then we don't do it. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, if you can put up with me, we'll see you tomorrow.